Alrighty, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Thursday Night Live Coin and Silver Auction with your host, Raven of RavenHawk Coins. Good to see everybody in the nest tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have Silver Chupacabra, Create Crafting Coins Collectibles, Johnny T, Jack Covert, Joe Overly, Gene Anderson, MR, Brother Doug Wagner, Invisible River Ranch, Jack Covert, Pete Clark, Metallic Silver Skull, Eric A, Brian Jensen, Gene Anderson, Coin Silver, Crafty Dragon in the nest as well. Good to see a Savvy Stacker is here, Metallic Silver Skull, Maria La Chica, Mike the Greek, Alan Hall, Gene Anderson, I think I said hi. Gilbert Rogers, Vincent C. Cassie Hall is here. Darren Wilkinson, Fleabag, Coin Silver is here. I think I said that already. Ashes C1, Wolf Tracks, Tom Thumb, Man EC, Emo the Fish Keeper, Denmo. Good to see everybody. Chapo 52. What you gonna do, brother? Jenna Nesbitt, how you doing? We're living well, my friend. Gary S. in the nest. Greg Chapman's here. All right, my friends. Gonna be an interesting night. What's up, Emil G2? Sorry that I didn't say hi earlier, guys. I was getting things ready. Running a little behind today. Industream starter item 1984 BU with a little bit of toning. Libertata. And that reminds me, I didn't get my my box ready. Golly, guys. It has been hectic in the Raven household, but we will get this taken care of. The early bird giveaway, you have your choice between a 1940 Merc BU dime, a 61 Washington quarter, a 66 special mint set, which I've never even opened up and looked at. I just buy these and I give a majority of them away to you guys in the nest. So there we go. Oh, that one's got a little... Oh, that's nice. A little cameo action on that 66. And since they didn't make any proof sets, cameo on a special mint set is a big deal. When you get that designation, it's worth quite a bit. There's a 69 proof set and an 87 uncirculated set. Those are the choices for the early bird giveaway. And what's up, Yoxnav, Dizzy Giraffe, Harley Babe? How you doing? I'm transferring the winnings from last stream into this box or in bag real quick, guys. Give me just a second here and we will get going. Matter of fact, put this bad girl into the box and turn on the night bot so we can get the early bird giveaway started. Go to giveaways. And then I will be back in just a little bit. What's up, Richard Hunter? John Jacobs. How you doing? Good to see you. Ron Pierce is here. Maria La Chica, the Amiga. Jera Jones. Azita Silver. If you guys are, there's a couple people I know that asked about their gold back winnings from the giveaways. We do those giveaways every, almost every week lately, and sometimes it takes a little while to get them, but you will get your stuff. Guaranteed. We make sure that everybody gets their things. Matter of fact, Ty McFadden, if you're in the room, brother, looked up your stuff and it still shows it in transit, which is really frustrating. We're going to figure something out pretty soon, bro. We'll just do something. Cool things. Woohoo, ready for 6 more months as a Silver Hawk. Speaking of coin things, guys, or cool things, he sent me this awesome ring. I'll show it more in detail in just a minute. And, you know, the problem, Ty, is that it happened to Eric A. in literally like almost 3 months, and then he finally got it. It just one day showed up. Ah, Eric A., you got your in-transit notice on the other package. See, it's still happening. Some areas are just hit and miss for us. I'm not sure why, but it happens. Ty McFadden, you never write it off. That doesn't happen with us. One way or another, we take care of it. But the same exact situation, almost to the wording of, you know, Eric A. got to the point where he's like, look, I'm done. I'm really not happy about this. And then like 2 days later, it showed up. Jim Shank was in the hospital Sunday. Oh, man. Jim, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, brother. Turning on that other bot. Yeah, it's kind of weird how that works sometimes. You know, there's not much we can do about the shipping, but it's one of those things that, you know, if all of a sudden we go, hey, here it is, and 2 days later you get it, then we're double dipping somehow. All right. Good luck with the giveaway here, everybody. 113 in the room. 62 likes. We've only been on for 6 minutes. Yeah, the shipping is so inconsistent. It's really frustrating. Jeff in the nest. Matter of fact, we had one of Jeff's items go to somebody else, and we've had to wait for that to come back and do all that. And then in between that, all the shipping involved, we literally, you know, it ends up being different. That's what we'll say. What's up, Vote for Pedro? Mike LeFew is here. Silver Slinky. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. We're going to pick the early bird winner in 3, 2, 1. Oh, wait. We're still getting more entries. You know what? I'll be right back. I'm going to grab my drink. I will come back, and we'll see what happens. Leaving for Vegas Sunday. Any good coin shops out there? RavenHawk Coins. Jack Covert, I've heard there's a few nice ones. I just don't know the names offhand. All right, got myself a drink. It looks like the entries are slowing down, so we're going to pick the winner for the early bird. Oh, and a magnet goes with the winner. 3, 2, 1, booyah. Ha ha! Two streams in a row. Ladies and gentlemen, Maria La Chica needs to go out and get a lotto ticket for sure. Maria, which item do you want? Do you want the quarter, the Merc dime, the 66 mint set, the 69 proof set, or the 87 mint set? Let me know which one you want. Back-to-back wins. Huh. The 66 mint set. Good choice. And a magnet goes in there. We're going to be running out of magnets here real soon. And the rest of this stuff, let me show you guys what we're going to do with it. So all these goodies, instead of being one by one later, we open the box and we put them in here. So you guys get all these goodies to start. And then we add through the night. KJ in Ohio. KJ in Ohio just subscribed. I tried to be all fancy. I'm thinking it's a foreign name. No, it's just KJ in Ohio. All right. Good luck with you, KJ. Thanks for joining the nest. And we got the first item on the night, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Alexander? All right, here we go. Disney dollar. First item up from 1998. These are actually pretty cool and surprising. Disney dollars are more collectible than I thought. They go for about $20 in uncirculated condition. But we're going to start this off at $1. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. And we got Shadrach starting at 5 to stay alive. Richard Cornell coming in at 7 with the George. J-Dog coming in with the $5 super chat said, I better call somebody. I'm late, brother. Davis Wall, 34 months as a Silver Hawk. Wish I could hang out, but got to help my buddy fix his brakes. Hey, but at least you came in and said hello, brother. And we're at $12 to Shadrach 777, ladies and gentlemen. Vote for Pedro was at 10. Shadrach at 12. Looking for 13 like Mr. Bean. Going once. Shadrach in the lead at $12. Looking for 13. Do we hear 13? Yankees wheel is rigged, says Yankees wheel. Going twice. Joe Overly coming in at 13, ladies and gentlemen. Joe with the Overly going once. Looking for 14. And mods, I know Joe, so he's good to go. Joe in the lead at 13. Looking for 14. Going twice. Joe in the lead at 13, looking for 14. Do we hear 14? It's once. It's twice. It's 3 times for the Nesties. A.K.A. last call from Mr. Al. Key. Hall. And I used the wrong thing. I used have a great day. Joe in the lead at 13. All in. Fair warning. Warning. It looks like this bad dollar is going to make us holla for Joe Overly. Sold. To Joe for 13. All right. Joe Overly. At 13. And Maria, I saw your comment, my friend. I'll figure it out. But it's kind of hard to stop right in the middle of the action to do that. Sorcerer Stan. Alexander, that is a magnet, my friend. That is a magnet. All right, another magnet up for grabs. I remember the Mickey watches came out that kind of freaked me out, says Eric A. All right, here we go. 1828 half cent, ladies and gentlemen, with the 12 stars. That's actually a cool variety of that coin. Half cent. We don't see these very often. I do have a reserve bid at 85. That's a bit under retail, in between wholesale. But the starting bid on that one is 85. Guys, Silver Chupacabra coming in with the George. Silver Chupacabra in the lead. At 85, looking for 86, going once. We got one bidder. You know how we do it. We just keep going. Going twice, my friends. I wanna choop, baby, choop, doop-a-doop. Last call. Silver Chupacabra knows what he's looking at. All in. Fair warning. He's going to get it for a deal. C Griller Stacker coming in with the George. Holy cow. Oh, man. C Griller at 87, looking for 88. Silver Chupacabra dropping the bomb, coming in at 90, going once. Silver Chup in the lead Going twice. Not so fast. C. Griller coming back at 91, ladies and gentlemen. C. Griller in the lead at 91. Looking for 92 like Mr. LeFew. Going once. C. Griller in the lead. Silver Choop at 92, ladies and gentlemen. Going once. Going twice. C. Griller coming back on the attack at 95. Looking for 96 in the mix. What's up, Resin Dragon? Silver Chupacabra dropping the C note. Looking for 105 to stay alive. Going once. Going twice. C. Griller not backing down, ladies and gentlemen. At 105, looking for 110. Going once. Going twice. It's a battle royale, says vote for Pedro. Last call. Silver Choop is out of it. C. Griller at 105 and staying alive. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is going to be sold to C. Griller Stacker for 105. C. Griller, remember, if you sign up as a Silver Hawk, you get free shipping, my friend. And if not, it's a $5 flat fee. Guys, 92 likes already. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you, everybody, for the love. Much appreciated. All right, next item up. Lot number 3. We have a 1950 Washington Silver Quarter. 75 years old. Up for grabs. AU condition. Some might say BU. I under-promise and over-deliver. That's of course. And we're going to start the bid off at $1. Good luck, my friends. Good luck. Greg Chapman says that's a blazer. It's more BU, but I always kind of say things are a little less just to be fair. Shadrach in at 7. Richard Cornell at 8. American Patriot trying to get in there. Brother Bill in at 10. Pete Clark was in there at 9, but Bill Driscoll in the lead at 10. Looking for 11. The big Once. Do we hear Once? Vote for Pedro coming in at 12, ladies and gentlemen, with the George of his own. George, Colorado Mountain Mama coming in at 13. Bill Driscoll trying to get in there, but Mountain Mama in the lead at 13. Looking for 14, ladies and gentlemen. Do we hear $14? Going once. Brother Bill in there with the Snope at 14. Looking for 15. Going once. Brother Bill Driscoll in the lead at 14. Looking for 15. Eric A says he's got $15. Gonna make you holler. What's up, Doug Harding? Going once. Brother Eric at 15. Going twice. Eric in the lead at 15. Brother Bill coming in at 16, ladies and gentlemen. Going once. Bill Driscoll in the lead at 16. Looking for 17. Going twice. I love those. I love Silverhouse quarters, says Littlefoot. Last call for Mr. Al. Key. Ho, ho, ho. Bill in the lead at 16, looking for 17. All in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad quota is going to be sold to Brother Bill Driscoll for 16. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Brother Bill. We got over 100 likes. You know what that means. We're going to put something in the end stream to make it more extreme. Man, I can't write today. My brain is acting fuzzy-fied. Let's do this. How about we add Two things. We're going to add two things, my friends. Check this out. We're going to add a Rosie BU 1943 and an ounce of copper. Get to the copper. All right. William E. What's up, brother? Hey, and guys, remember, Vote for Pedro runs the Wounded Warriors project that myself and many other channels, including channels, big channels like Silver Dragons and even Yankee Stacking and whatnot. So if there's something that you end up wanting to put in for the Wounded Warriors project, you can donate it, and we will do that in November. We have what we call a wallet that will hold on for you, and we'll auction it off to the community. 1942 Washington quarter. This one is a gorgeous one as well. Nice to get some of these old ones. This is just around World War II. Excuse my keep clearing my throat here. And that one's again AUBU, but we're gonna say AU and start it at $1. Vegetarian means bad hunter. That's funny. Pete Clark coming in with 10, ladies and gentlemen. Got a 32 quarter last junk silver purchase. No mint mark. Brother Doug coming in at 11, ladies and gentlemen. Vote for Pedro. You're my friend. All right, guys. Colorado Mountain Mama at 12. Looking for 13. Do we hear 13? Going once. Colorado Mountain Mama in the lead at $12. Vote for Pedro coming in at 14, ladies and gentlemen. Vote for Pedro coming in at 14. Looking for 15. Going once to Pete Clark at 15. Looking for 16, ladies and gentlemen. Pete Clark in the lead at 15. Looking for 16. Vote for Pedro coming back on the attack at 16. Got in there just before Colorado Mountain Mama. Vote for Pedro in the lead. Going once. Vote for Pedro at 16. Looking for 17. Going twice, my friends. Vote for Pedro in the lead. Pete Clark coming in at 17 with the snow going once. Pete Clark in the lead. What's up, Visterion? Vote for Pedro coming in at 18. Going once. Vote for Pedro in the lead. Going twice. Vote for Pedro in the lead. It's once. It's twice. It's 3 times for the Nesties. All right, ladies and gentlemen, all in. Fair warning. This bad quarter is sold to Vote for Pedro for 18, ladies and gentlemen. So, guys, vote. I voted for Pedro, says Cool Things. All right, Cool Things made me this, guys. Check out this really, really nice $50 Walking Liberty ring. Just a good-looking coin. He did really cool on it. And, too neat. Colorado Mountain Mama. Will do, brother. All right. So, Colorado Mountain Mama. And you know what I do, ladies and gentlemen, when we're in the nest and we're giving out stuff to each other, showing some love to other people in the nest, we add to the end of the stream. We're going to add a 40%er Kennedy just for that, my friends. That is awesome. In your opinion, what coin book is the least expensive to fill in BU? Not counting Rosary Dimes and Jeffersons. You know what? That's going to end up being the next up, and that's going to be the Mercury Dimes. For the most part, you can get a lot of Mercury Dimes BU for a pretty reasonable price. Of course, there's the 16D and, you know, the 42/1. Some of those that are pretty pricey, but as far as things go, well, no, you know what? The Franklin $50 set's not hard to do, and that's reasonable. Matter of fact, the Franklin set, there's no coin in there that's going to break the bank. and you can do it relatively easy over time. The hardest coin you're going to have finding is the 53 Philly. 53 Franklin halves are a pain in the butt. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Universal dollars. This is Betty Boop, 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 boop. Betty Boop. Pretty cool. These were from 2006. I was lucky to get my hands on a number of these cool Universal Studios and Disney dollars. Starting bid on this is $1, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck. Yeah, Franklin is way easier than a little Liberty Nickel set. Maria watched you video with you paying goldbacks and eating pizza. It looks yummy. That was really good pizza. That place makes great pizza. Bella's in Moore, Oklahoma. All right. Mud Swat says he wants. All right, we're starting the bid off at $1 on Betty Boop. These run about $15-20. Vote for Pedro coming in at $5 to stay alive. Mountain Mama trying to get in there, but vote for Pedro in the lead. Emo the Fish Keeper coming in at $6. Looking for $7. Sorcerer Stan, we got a couple pesos and reals finally in. Vote for Pedro. Coming in at $10, ladies and gentlemen. Vote for Pedro in the lead. Going once. Vote for Pedro in the lead at $10. Looking for $11. Do we hear $11? Going twice. Getting a good deal on this one. Last call from Mr. Al. Key. Ho, ho, ho. Mud Swat. That is a Betty Boop Universal Studios dollar, kind of like a Disney dollar. And they're pretty cool. It's the only one I've ever seen. All right, my friends, all in. Fair warning. This bad notice sold. To vote for Pedro for $10. There's a Scooby-Doo and Spider-Man coming up. My mom loves Betty, says vote for Pedro. Nice. Betty Boop's a timeless classic character, that's for sure. 117 likes so far. You guys are amazing. That Scooby-Doo laugh was pretty good. Thank you, brother. I have my moments, Mud. His name is Mud. All right. Next item up, ladies and gentlemen. This is the bimetal Nuevo Peso. This is 10 pesos, but the insert is sterling. So it's sterling silver and brass. It's like 0.1666 ounces or whatever of actual silver. You rarely see these things even at coin shows and stuff. Everybody pretty much pocketed them. And we're going to start the bid again at $1. My name is Doug. My name's Doug. We got Battle of the Dougs. Anytime I see the name Doug, I think of Dig Dug. I used to love that game. Soft on the inside, crunchy on the outside. Maria La Chica, it's no longer called that. 949, my name is Donkey. Donkey! Vote for Pedro coming in at 10, ladies and gentlemen. Holy cow, if he gets this for $10, that is epic. Going once. The dangers of auctions. Going twice. Vote for Pedro in the lead at $10. Jack Covert coming in at 13. Emo trying to get in there, but Jack in the lead at 13, looking for 14. Vote for Pedro coming in at 15, ladies and gentlemen. Going once. Going twice. Eric A., my game was Galaga. But to answer Maria's thing, I don't do any more singing on there. I just put the auction previews going once. Guys, vote for Pedro at 20. Frank Mons. If I had a carrot for every donkey I know. Going once to vote for Pedro. Good to see you, Frank. Going twice. Vote for Pedro in the lead. Last call for Mr. Owl. Key. Ho, ho, ho. Tempest was a fun game. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold. To vote for Pedro for 20 bucks. Stopped doing the songs because it was getting harder and harder to get them put out. Sometimes you would do an entire song and then it would get blocked for copyright and everything. And it's kind of weird because that channel is not monetized at all. There's only about 300 subscribers. But, you know, when you can do something on a simple mic that other people have to use, you know, special microphones and mixing and you know, stuff, it kind of can irritate people. So I understand why they block stuff. I remember Oregon Trail. All right, next one up is the 20 peso version of the Nuevo Peso. And this is a 1/4 ounce of silver, 1993. Good looking coin. This condition, this coin in this size is worth about 35, give or take. But we'll start off again at $1 to make you holler. Good luck, my friends. What's up, Caribbean Coins? Good to see you. All right. Jeff coming in at 10. American Patriot at 15. Emo the Fish Keeper at 20. Vote for Pedro trying to get in there. But Emo in the lead at 20. Looking for at least 21. Vote for Pedro with the deuce on the loose. Vote for Pedro in the lead at 22. Looking for 23 like he's Johnny T. Going once. Vote for Pedro at 22. Emo at 25. Jeff trying to get in there. Emo just a little bit quicker on the draw. Vote for Pedro coming in at 27, ladies and gentlemen. Vote for Pedro in the lead. Going once with the Snope. Emo coming in at 30, my friends. Emo at 30. Going once. Emo the Fish Keeper. Vote for Pedro. Coming back with the George. Going once. Vote for Pedro's on a roll tonight. Going twice. On fire, my brother. Emo at 33, ladies and gentlemen. The battle is real. Raven trying to wake me up, says Johnny T. Johnny T, very generous, sent some really cool stuff to the house. Always like what he does. Celery, Raven celery. Yeah, I might end up having to get some. Going twice. Starting to thunder here, says Create Craft. We had a little bit of rain today. It was nice. It cooled it down in this area. Emo in the lead at 33. Looking for 34 out the door. Last call. Emo at 33. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold to Emo for 33. What's up, y'all? Been a minute since I made it back to Raven's Auction. Gold Sniping Farmer. How you doing, my friend? All right, so Emo the Fish Keeper with the win. Hey, buddy. Emo the Fish Keeper. That's an interesting name. All right. Wish we could use some rain here in Seattle. Come on, it rains in Seattle like it's sunshine in Arizona. Next item up. Oh, we have a really nice. This is a good year, 1903 Morgan silver dollar. Up for grabs. MS64 NGC slabbed and certified. Very nice. And don't forget, you get a free, what's up, Kelly O'Neill? You get a free half gold back with every 50 bucks that you purchase. And a silver dime for every 100, so you're doing okay. When you shop here at RavenHawk Coins. Okay, this coin I do have a reserve on at 160. Pete Clark, yes, it's a Philly, my friend. It is a Philly. My brother just bought me another 1881 Morgan. Nice, Colorado Mountain Mama. Cool. Good job. Guys, Roy Boy coming in with the bomb on us at 164.6 million minted, says Mr. Frank Mons. Going once, looking for 165 to stay alive. Going twice. Jack Covert at 165 with the Snope, ladies and gentlemen. Looking for 170. Jack in the lead. Going once. Gary S. in the nest with the Snope at 170. Looking for 175. Going once. Gary S. in the lead at 170. Looking for 175. Going twice. Remember, we're going to do a giveaway after lot number 11. So don't forget, we got giveaways throughout the night. Last call to Mr. Alcohol. To Gary S. at 170. All in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad coin is sold. To Gary S. in the nest for 170, ladies and gentlemen. Happy marriage versus coin, says Jack Covert. They don't have numbers on sands. 9 for 9. All right, so Gary S. Thank you, Gary. All right, lot number 10. Oh, we got 127 likes. We're going to add to the end of stream to make it more extreme. We're going to add a 10th ounce of silver and a 40%er, my friends. A 10th ounce and a 40%er going in to the end of stream. Lot number 9. We have an amazing coin coming up on lot 13. A Standing Liberty quarter. So beautiful. You hardly ever see them that way. And we're going to run out of magnets tonight, it looks like, guys. And that'll be it. We only made 50. All right, here we go. 1789, Lima, Peru, 2 reals, ladies and gentlemen. Very cool. That thing is in really cool condition for its age. I mean, just phenomenal to see coins that old still kicking it in the world. And this one, starting bid, this is about a $50 coin, if not more, but we're going to start it off at $1. Guys, Shadrach coming in with the George at 20, ladies and gentlemen. Shadrach in the lead at 20, looking for at least 21. Caribbean Coins at 21. Jeff coming in at 30. Cool Things was in there, but Michael LeFew coming in at 36. RFT showed us his MS64 SLQ yesterday. Ty McFadden, this one is raw and it is stunner. We're going to show it in a little bit. Cool Things in the lead at 40. Caribbean Coins at 45. Vote for Pedro at 47. Got in there just before Cool Things. Looking for 48. Caribbean at 51. Trying to get her done with the George. Cool Things in there as well, but Caribbean Coins, man, in the lead. Cool Things at 52. Michael LeFew says, what you gonna do? Cool Things in the lead. Yes, a full head. This thing is gorgeous. Going once. Caribbean Coins at 53. Looking for 54. Michael LeFew says, pew, 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 coming in at 57. Looking for 58, ladies and gentlemen. Do we hear 58 going once? Cool Things at 60, ladies and gentlemen. Maria says this is exciting. Going once to Cool Things at 60. Looking for 61 to get her done. Do we hear 61? Caribbean Coins coming in at 62. Looking for 63. Do we hear it going once? What's up, Perry Custom Cards? Going twice. Cool Things coming back on the attack at 63. Looking for 64. Rock'em Sock'em Robot, says Pete Clark. Battle Royale with cheese. Going once. Caribbean not backing down. Got in there just before Frank Mons. Cool Things at 65. Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen. We got a war going on. Cool Things at 65. Caribbean Coins at 66. Looking for 67. Do we hear 67? Going once. Cool Things at 67. Looking for 68. Going once. The battle is real on this little coin. Going twice. It's 2 reals. Oh, dad jokes. You gotta love them. Last call. Caribbean Coins is out. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold. That got 2 real. For reals, man. To Caribbean Coin, or I mean to Cool Things for 67, ladies and gentlemen. Congrats, brother. Thank you guys so much. That was a cool little coin. All right. Lot number 10 and 11, and then we'll do a giveaway. This next one is one that you really don't see very often. And that's the 1 real. Keeping it real. All right. From Guanajuato, Mexico. And that is the reverse. I wish the reverse was a little bit nicer, because this has a lot of doubling in it. But because it's hard, you know, you barely see it, you can't really do much more than that. But hey, this coin in that is still about a $30 coin. I'm going to start off at $1. Good luck, my friends. Good luck. Brown Sugar 0069, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Guys, we got 130 likes on the night. Mike Sampson coming in at 20 with the George, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Sampson in the lead at 20, looking for 21. Vote for Pedro at 25 and staying alive. Vote for Pedro in the lead. LeFew trying to get in there, but vote for Pedro in the lead, looking for 26, going once. Vote for Pedro in the lead at $25. Making us holla, looking for 26. Do we hear 26? Going twice. Frank Mons, Mr. Mons, coming in at 27 in the lead, looking for 28, going once. Vote for Pedro, won't back down, coming in at 28, looking for 29. Do we hear 29? Going one time. Vote for Pedro in the lead. Frank says good luck to the bidders. Going twice. Vote for Pedro in the lead at 28, looking for 29. Last call. Emo getting in there at 30, ladies and gentlemen. Emo the Fish Keeper. Vote for Pedro coming back at 31, looking for 32, going once. Vote for Pedro in the lead at 31, looking for 32, going twice. Vote for Pedro in the lead. It's the last call for Mr. Al. Key. Emo coming in at 32 with the George. George. Vote for Pedro at 33, going once. Looking for 34. Do we hear 34? Going twice. Last call from Mr. Alcohol. Perry, I'm really excited about those lures you sent me, man. Can't wait to open those up. Guys, vote for Pedro and Emo going back and forth. 34 to vote for the keeper. Pedro at 35, looking for 36, ladies and gentlemen. Pedro in the lead, going once. Pedro in the lead, going twice. Last call from Mr. Al. Key. Home. Vote for Pedro is out. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold. To vote for Pedro for 35. And when you guys get a chance, man, go check out Invisible River Ranch. He's been doing some live streaming of the wildlife in his area. And he's got a really cool camera that you can turn and look at different places. That's something that I hadn't seen before, but I thought that was actually really neat. So you're not stuck just looking at a stagnant camera. You can actually move around and check out the scenery. All right. So Mike Sampson, Perry makes custom greeting cards, and they're really, really cool. Really detailed, really epic. All right, here we go. Next item up, we have a 1942S. Please put that in the WWP wallet. All right, will do, brother. All right, so let me... WWP wallet. Don't ship. All right, guys, vote for Pedro adding to the Wounded Warrior project. Man, that guy works really hard on that. Big shout out to him. All right, here we go. 1942S, ladies and gentlemen. That is a gorgeous coin. That is a BU coin, even though I think on the sheet I said AU, if I remember correctly. But that is one really nice one. Yeah, I put AU/BU. This one's worth about probably 25 to 30 bucks, give or take. KJ in Ohio. Good to see you. And we're going to start the bid at a whopping $1. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Guys, Shadrach coming in at 10. Wagner at 11. Pete Clark at 15 with another George. Pete Clark in the lead at 15. Sampson and Driscoll trying to get in there. Wagner at 16, ladies and gentlemen. Brother Wagner at 16. 949 Designs coming in at 18 and in the lead. 949 in the lead. William E. coming in at 20, ladies and gentlemen. Jack Covert dropping the bomb on us at 25 and staying alive. Jack Covert in the lead at 25. We're looking for 26 in the mix. Bill Driscoll coming in at 26, ladies and gentlemen. Brother Bill in the lead at 26. Looking for 27. Jack Covert coming in at 28. Looking for 29 to make it fine. Do we hear 29? Jeff coming in at 29, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff in the lead at 29. Looking for 30 bucks. Bill Driscoll at 30. Jack Covert coming in at 33 like he's Johnny T. Jack Covert in the lead at 33. Looking for 34. Going once. Jack Covert in the lead at 33. Looking for 34. Going twice. Quota battle, says J-Dog. Last call for Mr. Al. Key. Oh. Brother Bill Driscoll dropping the George at 34, ladies and gentlemen. Going once. These were selling for $51 in 2007, says Shadrach. You know you want a magnet, says Cool Things with a $5 super chat. 36 to Jack Covert, ladies and gentlemen. The battle wages on. Going once. Jack Covert in the lead at 36. Looking for 37. Going twice. Jack Covert in the lead at 36. It's once, it's twice, it's 3 times for the Nesties. Yep, Bill Driscoll says, son, I got 37. Looking for 38, going once. Jack says, I need a magnet. 39 and doing fine to Jack Covert, ladies and gentlemen. Jack at 39, going one time. Jack in the lead. What's up, Rubicon 60? Going twice, ladies and gentlemen. Jack Covert in the lead at 39. Bill is out. Deepanka Duda Vlog. Just subscribe. Thank you, Deepanka. Last call for Mr. Al. Key. Ho. Jack Covert in the lead at 39. All in. Fair warnings. This bad quota is sold to Mr. Jack Covert for 39. Thank you, Jack. And thank you, Brother Bill. Maria wants to donate her winnings to the Wounded Warrior Project. All right. We'll do that. Let me take care of this first. All right, so that was early bird. So WWP don't ship. Thank you, Maria. That's really kind of you. All right, so since she did that, I'm going to add another 40%er to the end of stream to make it more extreme. So you guys were talking about finding a quarter and change the other day that was in the 30s. Here's one from the 30s that we're going to give away right here. 1936. It's dark and toned. It's pretty darn cool. Oh, it's got a mint mark. I didn't even notice that. 36D. That's a nice number. 1936D. Oops, I did it upside down. Oh, well. That is going to the giveaway right now. I'm going to turn on that night bot. Let it shine wherever you go. All right. Plus a magnet for the giveaway. Nightbot is on. Bing, bing, bing. And we'll put it to live chat. All right. Good luck, everybody. I'll be back in about 2 minutes, give or take. RavenHawk coins. Stay tuned. Hey now. Hey now. What's up, Pep? What's up, Stack? What you doing, bud? Hi. Oh, I gotta show them up, buddy. Okay, there's a belly rub. There's a belly rub. All right, good boy, Stacker. All right. The puppies were wanting attention. Stacker and Peppa. Good dogs. Getting so big. Dubbers. The dice game is on. Ah, let me fix that real quick. Oh, you know what? Everything was on. Oh, that's funny. We'll probably be doing a another giveaway this coming Sunday. For Goldbacks and Goldback swag. If you guys don't know, I'm now sponsored by them. It's a fun relationship. All right, let's pick a winner in 3, 2, 1. Booyah. Brenda Shank with another win. Ladies and gentlemen, Brenda Shank. The giveaway bot is liking the lady names today, so Brenda with the win. All right. You turn off this bot. Get into the action of the next items up for grabs. Yeah, thank you, Resin. I appreciate you. They've been really good. That's why we've been able to do all the giveaways we've been doing. They've been really generous to the nest. And, hey, Peppa. You guys want to say hi? Come here, Pep. Come here, Pepper. Come on. Up. Good girl. Here's the Peppy. Here's the Peppy. Oh, I love you. Yes, I do. People were worried about you. They're like, where's Peppa? We don't see her. But you're always with the kiddos. Yes, you are. You're a good girl. All right, go play. Go play with the kiddos. Good to see you, Peppy. Cool things. Let me guess. I gave some. Rob Wood just subscribed. Jack Covert, what is the value of the 36D? I'm curious. Because I didn't look it up. I just grabbed. All right, next one. I do have a reserve on this one at 55. There was only 50K minted. I'll show you. 1870. Oh, come on. 1873. Guanajuato, 50 centavos. Rare mint on this one. Very cool. Reserve bid on that is 55. Guys, Shinbone 5000 coming in at 55 because he can't drive. 55. Shinbone in the lead. Michael LaFew says he's got 61, son, with another George. Back-to-back Georges. Shinbone at 62. Looking for 63. What's up, John Camper? Shinbone in the lead at 62. Looking for 63. Going once. Shinbone in the lead at 62. Looking for $63 to make us holla. Going twice. Guys, Michael LaFew coming in at 65. Shinbone at 66, ladies and gentlemen. And the lowest price shown in Redbook EF40 is 65 bucks. Oh, God. You know what? That thing's in good condition, too. See, that goes to show you that I don't look these things up. And that's a really nice 36D, guys. Look at this. All right, I bought this roll of quarters a while back, and you can see, look at how nice that coin is. Flip it over. That's the 36D. It's still a nice coin, Invisible River Ranch. All right, going once. Going twice. Shinbone at 66. This is Silver Surfer from back in the day. Miss seeing you. Had to drop by. Wait. Last call from Mr. Alcohol. Emo the Fish Keeper coming in at 68. Going once. Eric A at 677. Sold. Shinbone at 70, ladies and gentlemen. Going once. But good to see you, Rob. Going twice. Last call from Mr. Al. Key. Ho, ho, ho. Shinbone in the lead at 70. Shinbone at 70, all in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad coin is sold to Shinbone 5000. for 70 bucks. Congratulations, brother. All right. Okay, lot number 13. This thing is absolutely phenomenal, my friends. Now, I have on here just 63 plus because you never know what a grading company is going to grade something at, even though this thing has no flaws really at all. This is a big money coin, but I'm giving the Nest the first chance at it. Right there, 1930 SLQ. We're going to put it in the invisible scope. Hopefully the invisible scope will cooperate tonight. We'll see what happens. Now remember, this over enhances coins. But you can see there, full head. Oh, come on. 1930. Flip it over. And look at that, my friends. Even with the flickering, you can see how clean and crisp that thing really is. That thing is one of the prettiest ones I've ever seen. Can almost see the hair on her legs. That's funny, man. All right, let's get this sucker to... Oh, come on. I don't know why the camera keeps doing that to me. Look at that cartwheel going. Such a pretty coin. Looks like it was struck yesterday. And I do have a reserve at 465 because with a full head, if it gets a 64 plus, it's like a 550 plus coin. But that is the price. What's up, Bullet Core? Welcome to the show. Flip it real good. Yep. But I'm giving the Nest the first chance. If not, this will go with me to the coin show down in Mustang. And we'll see what happens. If it gets a 65, that's an insanely beast coin. But it has the full head no matter what. So, you know, 465 is pretty fair. And it's one of them big boy coins. I can only do these every once in a while, you know. It's a lot of... You put a lot out to get these, and you rarely see something like this. So, you know, it really, really depends on what you like collecting. And let me show you guys. I'll show you on gray sheet. If that grades at a 65, if it got a 65, it's $925 retail, $720 dealer cost. And a 64 is $550. 63 would be $500. That would be what you'd pay at a shop, would be retail. Vote for Pedro. Have a great dinner, brother. Frank Mons. He says, hard to believe Raven dug that out. Metal detecting. All right, going once. Going twice. Last call. I'll tell you what. I shouldn't do it, but I will say Jack Covert coming in, dropping the bomb. Going once. Going twice. Last call. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold to Mr. Jack Covert. Jack, I was going to take like $10 off of it. So, I'll be not. You know what? Jack was the only bidder. Put him down for $4.55. I was going to take $10 off. I was gonna say, all right, I'll make it $4.55 and cut into the profit. And Jack was the only bidder, so I think I'll be fair and let him have the deal. So please write down $4.55. I'm fine with that. Thank you, Jack. I'm glad you like it, brother. That's a badass coin, brother. That is something that you'll be hard pressed to see one of those again. All right. Yeah, that's 4 dimes and goldbacks, Doug Harding. You're right. So he's actually getting it for quite a bit less. If you think of it that way, that's for sure. So it works out for everybody. He gets it, and it gets a good home. All right, here we go. RavenHawk coins. That was an awesome video at the pizza shop, brother. Thank you, Perry. Thank you, Maria. Maria says I'm a sweet man. That $10 off may have saved his marriage. Scott Christensen, how you doing? All right, look at this, guys. We got Spiderman. Spiderman does whatever a spider can. I like this cool little metallic spider they got going on there. And there's the reverse. Universal Studios. This is a $10 note back in 2006. And these things are, I was surprised. I looked these up, and these retail for about $35-40. We'll start it off at $1 and see what happens. Spidey security mark, yep. What's up, Mustang Dave? We argued last week about a large purchase. Oh gosh, I want a Spidey Beal, says Colorado Mountain Mama. Well, Colorado Mountain Mama, so far nobody's jumped on it. Perry Custom Cards at 10. Mike Sampson trying to get in there at 5. Perry in the lead. Literally, these things are worth quite a bit. David Garcia, they were just like Disney dollars. You got to use them in the park at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. This one is from 2006. And Doug Harding's in the lead at 11. Colorado Mountain Mama at 13. Perry at 14. Ladies and gentlemen, Emo trying to get in there. Perry in the lead at 14. Looking for 15. Going once. Emo at 15, ladies and gentlemen. Guess I need to drink some more Buffalo Trace now. Perry Custom Cards coming in at 20, ladies and gentlemen, with the George. Going once. Perry in the lead at 20, looking for 21, going twice. Perry in the lead. Emo with the deuce on the loose, going once. Perry in the lead at 22, looking for 23. Doug is oot in a boot, going twice. Perry at 23, looking for 24. Oh, going once. Perry in the lead, going twice. Maria, so you can actually pay with different stuff via PayPal. So if you end up having to use a bank card or a credit card or whatever, all we have to do is invoice you, and you pick different options through PayPal. You don't have to use PayPal directly. Like, they accept Venmo. They accept all sorts of other stuff. Last call from Mr. Alcohol. But we do PayPal goods and services. But PayPal as a company lets you guys pay with different resources than just PayPal. All right, guys. All in. Fair warning. This bad note is sold to Perry Custom Cards for 23. Perry with the win. Eric A uses it with his checking and credit card. All right. So, yeah, they give you different options, which is pretty cool. Now, I know Mike asked earlier, Mike Sampson, about Perry Custom Cards. The cards are phenomenal. They're like 3D in style. All right. Note Grat says Michael Smith. All right, this next one is one that I don't get my hands on very often, and that is a BU railroad train, ladies and gentlemen, from 1950. 5 pesos. If this is graded, it's worth quite a bit more. And it looks like that's second to the last of the... Ooh, that was loud. Will do, Perry. Second to the last of the magnets. This coin here, they minted originally 200,000, and then later they came back and melted half of them. And then who knows how many have been melted over the years. But this one I do have a reserve at 150. J-Dog, proud member of the nest for 40 months, ladies and gentlemen. 3 years, 4 months. J-Dog as a Silver Hawk. Arr! All right, good luck on the 5 pesos. If this makes it to Eric A coming in with the George at 150, ladies and gentlemen, looking for 155 to stay alive. Eric A in the lead, going once. Eric the only bidder so far. Guys, Shinbone coming in at 155. Invisible River Ranch, 34 months as a Platinum Penguin. Thank you, brother. Going once to Shinbone at 155. Looking for 160. Do we hear 160? Going twice. Shinbone in the lead at 160. Looking for 155. Looking for 160. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. Eric A coming in at 160, ladies and gentlemen. At some point, we'll be able to make auction payments with goldbacks. Sure, Bombay. I would take goldbacks any day. Going twice. I back goldbacks 100%, guys. They're a good company. They're doing something good for the people. And it's gone up 3.5 times in just 6 years. Last call from Mr. Owl. Key. Oh. Eric A at 160. Looking for 165. The Oklahoma Goldbacks will be available on the 19th in Oklahoma at the coin shop, Flying Eagle Coins. Jack said, I told the wife what I did. I'm divorced as of tonight. I hope not, brother. All right, guys. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold to Eric A for 160. Nice pickup, Eric. Yes, all the major bullion dealers do sell goldbacks. That's for sure. That is a true statement. All right. We're on to lot number 16. We'll do another giveaway after lot number 21. It was a good run, says Shinbone. Oh, man. Beautiful coin. Had the pleasure of buying one off of Raven. It's truly amazing. Thank you, David Garcia. Good to see you, by the way, brother. Here we go. 1897 O AU55 NGC slabbed and certified. This is a very... Eric A., that comes with a magnet and 1.5 gold backs. So you get 3 half backs. And the other gold backs are going for more money, too. What's up, Rockzilla? No relics for payment, but I'll take gold backs. All right, AU55. This is a semi-key date. 4,004,000 were minted. I do have a reserve at 220. I think that's pretty fair. Star Wars Zero Coke can. Nice. Guys, Frank Mons coming in with the George at 220. Looking for 225. Going once. Frank in the lead at 220. Looking for 225. Frank knows his coins. Going twice. What are dealers paying for $1 constitutional now? Depends on the shop, Jack. I think right now we're at like 24 is what we've been averaging. Some shops pay less. I know of a shop paying only 18, even though silver's up, because they're just being inundated with silver. Silver's been coming in crazy. What's up, John Jacobs? We still getting dime bags down by the river. The white van. Oh, gosh. Frank in the lead at 220, all in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad coin goes sold to Frank Mons for 220. And Frank getting the last magnet. You bought it 26. Richard Hunter, that's not bad because most shops are selling for over 30. Frank said, thanks, I needed that one. Heck yeah, brother. I'm glad I was able to get you something you needed. Matter of fact, Frank will get multiple halfbacks, and then he'll get a couple dimes too, so that helps offset the cost a little. All right. Next item up, lot number 17. We are all out of magnets, my friends. I think I have stickers somewhere. All right, next one up. 1902, Mexico, un peso. That is a stunner of a coin. Oops. You had it priced well. Yeah, Frank, I tried to be fair, you know. I tried to be fair. When I get a better deal on a coin, I try to give a better deal to you guys. I figured that wasn't too shabby. All right, reserve bid on this one is 80 bucks, my friends. I'm going to grab a couple stickers real quick. Shinbone coming in at 80, ladies and gentlemen. Shinbone in the lead at 80 bucks. All right, Shinbone at 80, looking for at least 81 to get her done. Going once. Shinbone in the lead, going twice. Shinbone at 80, about to get a heck of a deal. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. Shinbone in the lead. There's the obverse. And again, the reverse. Emo, the fish keeper, coming in at 85 and staying alive with the George. Richard Hunter in at 86. Shinbone trying to get in there. Hunter just a little quicker. Shinbone at 87, ladies and gentlemen. Looking for 88 to make it great. Going once. Shinbone in the lead at 87. Looking for 88. Going twice. Shinbone in the lead. Last call for Mr. Al. Key. Oh, Better shape than the ones I got. Nice coin. Emo coming in with the double eights. Shinbone at 90, ladies and gentlemen. Shinbone back in the lead at 90. Going once. Going twice. Last call for Mr. Al. Key. Hall. Emo at 92. We got a battle going on. Going once. Emo in the lead. Shinbone coming back on the attack at 94. I'm okay. My grandpa loved those quarters. He got me into collecting them. Emo at 95, ladies and gentlemen. Emo at 95. Looking for 96. Shinbone at 5,000 at $100. Looking for 105. Man, EC with the $5 super chat. Looking for 105. Going twice. Shinbone in the lead at 100, looking for 105. Emo coming in at 105, now looking for 110. Ladies and gentlemen, the battle wages on. Emo at 105, looking for 110. Going once. Going twice. Guys, Shinbone at 110, looking for 115. Going once. Going twice. Last call for Mr. Al. Key. Emo not backing down, ladies and gentlemen, at 115. Going once. There's this here's a hootenanny says cool things. Going twice, my friends. 115. Looking for 120. Last call for Mr. Al. Shinbone at 120, looking for 125 to stay alive. Going once, Emo is out. Going twice. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. Sold to Shinbone, all in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold. To Shinbone, 5,000 for 120. That was nothing short of epic, says Frank Mon. Shinbone, thank you. Emo, thank you as well. I appreciate both of yous. All right, Shinbone, 5,000. Thank you, brothers. All right, lot number 18. And oh, by the way, I'm going to give away something I've never given away on here before. Right there. A 1864 Confederate year live signature $5 note. That's authentic. That's really cool. I'm going to give that away after lot number 21. So that's going to be the close to end of stream giveaway. All right, lot number 18. We have Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. All right. $5 Scooby-Doo note from 2006. I don't know when I'll ever see these again. This one goes for about $20. It's the 5 or $25, I mean. Start the bidding off at $1. Good luck, everybody. Michael Smith says that's some good goodies right there. Heck yeah. Guys, Pete Clark coming in at 10. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, looking for you. Ruh-roh, Raggy. All right, guys. Pete Clark. Joe Overlay at 11. Emo at 15. Mike Sampson trying to get in there. Emo in the lead at 15. Noomy Jigs at 16, ladies and gentlemen. Noomy Jigs at 16. Looking for 17. Pete Clark at 18, ladies and gentlemen. Pete at 18. Emo at 20. Silver Surfer trying to get in there. Emo at 20. Looking for 21. Going once. Emo in the lead at 20, looking for 21. Pete Clark with the deuce. On the loose. Going once. Emo at 25, ladies and gentlemen. Going once. Emo in the lead at 25, going twice. Emo in the lead. Pete Clark says, I got 26 for this. Going once. Pete in the lead at 26, looking for 27, going twice. Last call for Mr. Owl. Emo at 28, ladies and gentlemen. We got a battle going on. Going once at 28. Looking for 29. Pete Clark coming back with another George. Emo says, Suzuki! At 32, going once. Emo in the lead at 32, looking for 33, going twice. Last call. It was a far simpler world back then, that's for sure. For Mr. Alcohol. Guys, Pete Clark not backing down. We're at 33. Going once to Emo at 35. Going twice at 35 to Emo. Emo still in the lead. Pete at 36, ladies and gentlemen. Going once. Pete in the lead at 36. Going twice. The battle is insane. Last call. Pete is out. Or, I'm sorry. Emo is out to Pete. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a new subscriber, Gaia Tree, just subscribed. Welcome to the nest. All right, my friends. All in. Fair warning. Bad dollar for holla. Sold. To Pete Clark, ladies and gentlemen. What a battle. What a battle for 36. That was epic. You know what, guys? That was exciting. I'm going to add something to the end of stream just because. How about we do this? How about we do a 10th ounce of silver? Get a little more silver in that box for the end of the night. Thank you, Pete. Thank you, Emo. All right. Oh. Good thing this thing's in a capsule. Lot number 19. We have the 2022 Australian Lunar Series, the Tiger and the Cub with the Dragon Privy and my ugly dirty thumb nail. Oh man, you know how often I'm doing this, and I don't play in dirt. I'm constantly cleaning my nails. I don't get it. It might be from petting the dogs. Dirty, mangy mutts. All right. So on this one, we didn't even put a reserve. I love that Georgia Bill says Harley Babe. We're going to start at $1 and see what happens, guys. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. $146 likes. You guys are awesome. Thank you, everybody. Pete Clark at 36. J-Dog trying to get in there at 30. Chuck Stacks, good to see you, brother. Chad Brookman, what's up, my friend? Mike Sampson coming in at 50. Mike dropping the bomb on us. You dropped the bomb on me, baby. Going once to Mike at 50. Looking for 51. Going twice. Eric A. trying to get in there, but Mike Sampson in at 50, ladies and gentlemen. Looking for 51. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. Gary S. in the nest at 51. Looking for 52. Going once. Gary S. in the nest at 51. Going twice. Gary S. in the nest. Last call for Mr. Al. Key. Ho, ho, ho. Gary S. at 51, all in. Fair warning. Bad coin is Eric A. coming in with the George Expert Snope timing. Going once to Eric A., ladies and gentlemen. Eric A. in the lead at 52, going twice. Eric A. in the lead, last call. Eric A. at 52, all in. Fair warning. This bad coin is going to be sold to Eric A. for 52. What's up, David Rubin? Good to see you, man. Congratulations to Eric. Thank you, Mike, and everybody else for the bids. Matter of fact, there's a couple people in here that I'll see tomorrow at the coin show in Mustang. All right, lot number 20, and then lot number 21, and then we'll do the giveaway for the really cool Georgia note. This one is a gorgeous coin from Mexico right here. 1896, 8 reals, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that bad girl. Very cool. That sucker is high XFAU. I got a reserve on it at 90 bucks. Good luck, my friends. Freaking awesome. Share it on the community page and like. Thank you, brother. Shinbone getting in there at 90, ladies and gentlemen. Shinbone not wasting any time. Going once at 90. Shinbone in the lead. Richard Hunter trying to get in there. Lone Star Fox at 91, ladies and gentlemen. Lone Star in the lead. Shinbone coming back on the attack. Dropping the bomb on us at 100. Going once. Time to get a new battery for the noisemaker. Going twice. Shinbone kicking butt. Last call. Emo the Fish Keeper. Holy cow. 125. Shinbone at 130. Going once. We got another battle. Going twice, my friends. Last call. Emo coming back at 140, my friends. Holy cow. Going once. What's up, Nugget? Oh, wow. Good job. Shinbone at 145. Going once. Going twice. What's up, Sam Wilson? Last call. Guys, Emo not backing down at all at 150. Going once. Going twice. Emo in the lead. 155 to Shinbone, my friends. Going once. Going twice. Emo coming back at 160. Going once. Going twice. Shinbone at 165. Going once. Going twice. Last call for Mr. Al. Key. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Shinbone at 165. Emo is out. All in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad coin is sold to Shinbone. 5,000 for 165. Ladies and gentlemen, holy cow. What a battle between Emo and Shinbone. Thacor Meat just subscribed. Thank you, Thacor. Okay, Shinbone. Oh, boy. What a battle, guys. That was insane. All right. Lot number 21, and then we're going to do our giveaway. This is the last of the notes on the night. The Disney and Universal Studios. This last one's a Disney dollar from the year 2000. Scrooge McDuck is the treasurer. There's the reverse. And this one is from Walt Disney World. All right. And you know what, guys? We're going to start off with a bid at $1. I'm going to throw something else into the end of stream to say thank you, because that was an epic battle with those two gentlemen. We're going to make it a 43 BU Merc along with a 10th ounce silver, guys. Can't go wrong with that. Whew. The extremeness is real. Colorado Mountain Mama at 5. Silver Surfer dropping the bomb on us at 20, ladies and gentlemen. Silver Surfer in the lead at $20. Going once. Silver Surfer in the lead at 20. Looking for 21. Going twice. Those Mexican coins are in demand, Richard Hunter. I'm going to try to get my hands on some more, but they go fast. And they're hard to find. At the coin shows, they've slowed down a little bit. You dropped the bomb on me, baby. All right, all in. Colorado Mountain Mama coming in at 22 with the last second snopage and the George. Going once. Colorado Mountain Mama got in there, going twice. Joe Overly coming in at 23. I had a really great conversation with Joe today. It was really cool to meet him. Going once to Joe at 23. Looking for 24. Going twice. Silver Surfer staying alive. Coming in at 25. Going once. Going twice. 3 times for the Nesties. Joe coming back at 26 in the mix, my friends. Going once. Going twice. Last call for Mr. Owl. Key. Ho, ho, ho. All in. Fair warning. This bad dollar is sold to Joe Overly for 26. Way to go, Joe. But yeah, I got to hang out and talk to Joe for a while. Get to know him. Good guy. All right. Joe, yeah, I'll take him to the show with me. You'll be good. I think you got 2 items on the night. I'll make sure and grab them. Matter of fact, I'm going to set them aside while we're doing the giveaway. It's giveaway time now, ladies and gentlemen, for this really cool State of Georgia obsolete note. Oh. I just picked up a stack of stickers and tossed them around. And you know what, guys? Just for schnicks and giggles, I'm going to throw in a half-back, gold back into this little pile here. So you're going to get a half-back as well. You turn on the Nightbot. All right, guys. Good luck, everybody. What's up, Chew? You know we can hear that. Throw a Mrs. I mean Mr. I mean Mrs. What? All right, guys. Let's see who the wiener chicken dinner is going to be. In 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Booyah! C Gadget. C Gadget. I remember, it reminds me of a Inspector Gadget every time I see that name. What's up, Golden Bacon Tree? You're welcome, C Gadget. Okay, we only got 2 lots left, my friends. Oh, hey, Miss Raven. Miss Raven. So, you know how I don't look at the coins when I buy them in rolls? Oh, you're not there. I gave away a quarter that was worth like $100. But I didn't pay, you know, close to that. But it's kind of cool.
I know.
All right, next item up, guys. This is a 4-coin lot for you that want to Manny C. Thank you, brother. I love corn. All right, we have 1941, 42, 43, and 44. All in AU plus condition. Got a really cool things Pitbull picture when he sent me my ring. Really cool. Oh, you guys can read it. Hope you enjoyed these rings. 90% silver antique finish. He made Miss Raven a coin ring as well, and it's pretty darn cool. Miss Raven collects silver, and she likes to stack 90% silver. She does some silver rounds here and there, and some numismatics. She does a little bit of everything. All right, the reserve on all of that is going to be $50. We're going to add to the end of stream because we got over 150 likes. We're going to add a beautiful 61 quarter and a 1/10 ounce of silver. So that makes the quarters like $12.50 a piece. His name is Cheese. Nice. Dewey Day coming in at 50, ladies and gentlemen. Dewey at 50. Going once. Yeah, she also collects kids, dogs, and wayward ravens. Going twice. Mustang Day says she is smarter than most. Last call. Guys, Mike Sampson getting in there at 60. Going once. Mr. Sampson dropping another bomb on us. Going twice. Johnny T has some funny ones. Last call from Mr. Alcohol. Mike Sampson. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold. to Mr. Mike Sampson for 60. There's the cheese. Cheese. He's a pretty dog, dude. I like him. All right, congrats to Mike. That made me choke on my coffee, says Colorado Mountain Mama. All right, thank you, Mike. Okay, Mike. Gotta remember to put that in the box, too. Matter of fact, I'll put it right there so I don't forget it. All right, guys, last auction item of the night, my friends. And it is a 50 centavo like the one we had earlier, but a different date, 1876, from Culiacan, or Culiacan. Very cool coin. I don't see these very often. And matter of fact, I think I just saw something neat. Just a little die chip. All right. So that coin is up for grabs. Worth about 45 bucks, but I didn't put a reserve. We'll see what happens. Invisible River Ranch is taking cover. Starting bid at $1, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Cyclone 13? Good to see you. No, it's not a chop mark, Eric A. Shinbone coming in at 30 bucks, dropping the bomb on us. You dropped the bomb on me, Shinbone. Going once to Shinbone. Lone Star at 33, looking for 34. Do we hear 34? Going once. Shinbone at 35 and staying alive, looking for 36 in the mix. Going once. Shinbone in the lead at 35, looking for 36. Going twice. Shinbone in the lead at $35 and holding. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. Shinbone in the lead at 35. Do we hear 36? All in. Lone Star Fox with the Snope and the George. George going once. Lone Star Fox in the lead at 36, looking for 37, going twice. Lone Star in the lead at 36, looking for 37. Last call from Mr. Alcohol. Shinbone dropping the 4-0. Hey, Gary Mazzell, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Going once. Shinbone in the lead at 40, looking for 41, going twice. Lone Star at 41, ladies and gentlemen. We got a battle back and forth between Fox and Bone. Who's going to win? Bone in the lead at 45, going once. Shinbone at 45, going twice. What's GL? Gary Lofgren. Okay, I'm out. New dealer waves hands around. Eric A., you cracked me up, brother. Double ice move, says Invisible River Ranch. Shinbone at 45. All in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad bag coin is going to be sold to Shinbone 5,000 for 45 bucks. Angie Crowell in the nest. What's up, Angie? Hey, Steve Hendricks. Good to see you, brother. All right. So, good to see you, William E. That was Shin. Bone. 5K. Joe must be. Joe Overly, good to have you here, Joe. Flying Dutchman. Michael Smith, good to see you. Daryl USA. USA. All right, everybody. You know what? I'm going to add another thing to the end of stream. One more beautiful uncirculated 61D quarter, my friends. This box for the end of stream is going to be pretty cool. Big shout out to all the mods. Thank you, Create Craft, for doing all the hard work you do with the sheet and keeping up with everything. I do appreciate you. All the other mods, Frank Mons, J-Dog, Flying Dutchman, Resin Dragon Studios, Invisible River Ranch, Mustang Dave, Daryl USA, Joe Must Be, and I know I'm missing somebody. Probably Silver Streak. I'm always forgetting something, right? Invisible River Ranch, Resin Dragon Studios. 163 likes on the night, says Eric A. Thank you, Eric. Johnny T. See, I knew I forgot somebody. To Johnny to the T. All right, here we go. So the quarter, 10th ounce of silver, BU Merc dime, 40% silver Kennedy half, 40% silver Kennedy half, Manny C, silver dime, or no, 10th ounce of silver, 10th ounce of silver, uncirculated quarter, 10th ounce of silver, 40% silver, 1 ounce copper, 1987 uncirculated set, another beautiful quarter, another beautiful rosy dime, a 69 proof set that I realized we didn't even look at earlier. I want to see if there's any frost in... Oh, that's a nice looking 69 set there. Very cool. That 69 proof set. And then last but not least, the coveted 1984 BU Libertata. Guys, Manny C, good vibes all the time. $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. And that's got a little tone into it. So let me get all this back into the box. And thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you more than you know. All right. Let's turn on the night bot. Put this on live chat. And good luck, my friends. Good luck. I'll be back in about 2 or 3 minutes. We'll pick the winner and call it a night. RavenHawk coins. Stay tuned. Oh, and thank you to Joe Must Be for his help as well. I'm always forgetting somebody. Also, shout out to brother Doug Wagner and all the mods that aren't able to be here. Matter of fact, we're going to clean up the mod list here in probably the next couple days. Hambone and American Patriot, thank you for your help too. I apologize when I miss you guys. Silver Streak, Peter Bowes, Mud Swat. Man, I missed a lot of names tonight. Sorry, guys. Nah, Hambone, you're here. You're fine. There's some mods that haven't been here in a really long time. And Silver Chupacabra, how could I miss that name? Oh, my goodness. You know what? I'm going to throw in another copper round into the nest, the end of stream. Just because. All right, I'll be back. Good luck, guys. Why didn't you eat your food? It's quite cold now. Is that good? Did you enjoy it? Alrighty, ladies and germs. It is about that time to see who's going to win the Industry Extreme giveaway. I should have been a monster truck announcer. This weekend at the Ford Arena, we're going to have the monster truck giveaway. Oh, come on. Create Craft Change and Coin Rings has been working a lot. He said he was going to come back, and then, you know, I haven't heard from him, but I'm sure he's doing all right. It's been a while. Hopefully he'll be able to come by. All right. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Visterion, ladies and gentlemen. Visterion. I think that's his first Industream win. Visterion. Says, no way. The bot knows my name. All right. Congratulations to Visterion. Create Craft. Have a great night, brother. I hope your brother's doing good, my friend. I really do. All right. You guys are absolutely amazing. This was a fun night, guys. I had a blast hanging out. And you guys never fail to disappoint at all. You guys are amazing. I mean, like, I can't thank you enough. But we're going to call it a night. Oh, I should say thank you to everybody that got something this evening. Joe Overly, Sea Griller Stacker, Bill Driscoll, Vote for Pedro, Emo the Fish Keeper, Gary S, Cool Things, Jack Covert, Shinbone, Perry Custom Cards, Eric A, Frank Mons, Mr. Mons, Pete Clark, Mike Sampson. See, I forgot to say thank you to Frank Mons for modding tonight. That's horrible of me. They should be put in RavenHawk jail. All right, guys. Like always, please make sure to take care of one another, and we'll see you real soon. RavenHawk Coins. Have a great day.